Rowdiness at Presidential Election Petition Tribunal as INEC submit 36 state Bvas results that showed Peter Obi won. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on Thursday submitted President Bola Tinubu's personal information to the Presidential Election Petitions Court, confirming his qualifications for the presidency, and also submitted 36 state Bvas results showing Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi leads. The election arbitrator produced Form EC9 containing the president's biodata, according to the subpoena issued by the court to INEC chairman Yakubu Mahmood. The People's Democratic Party and its presidential candidates in the February 25 election, Atiku Abubakar, are questioning INEC's nomination of Tinubu by the All Progressives Congress for president. Defendants in the lawsuit include INEC, Tinubu, and its political party, the All Progressives Congress. The petitioners are told the court on Tuesday that Mahmood had been asked to appear in court to produce some requested documents needed to prove their claim that Tinubu's election was invalid. During the resumed hearing on the matter, Labour Party and Atiku's attorney, Chris Uche, told the court that the INEC chief, through a commission deputy director, M.O. Tairu, brought some of the documents required by the subpoena. After notifying the court, Tairu filed Form EC8D, which contains a set of findings for the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. The certified real copies of the accredited documents of the 36 states and the FCT were made and presented in paper and paper copies. She also submitted Form EC8DA, which is the final declaration of results. In addition, Tairu submitted accredited data from the bimodal voter accreditation system to the court about Rivers State. All respondents raised objections to the admissibility of the documents, including INEC. Consultant for INEC, A.B. Mahmood, also claimed that the petitioners had not yet paid for the authentication of the submitted documents. However, Uche SAN countered the statements. Wonders they say shall never end, though. Wonders they say shall never end. These were the things that really happened at the tribunal. They don't have choice than to do the needful, because a lot of cancellation, a lot of T-person, and a lot of cancellation happened even with the so-called the result they announced. And meanwhile, the result from the polling unit before now, we learned that the result from the polling unit from the local government and the states were rejected by INEC, but they only accepted the one that they used in announcing the results, the one at the collation center. So how did you arrive at the one at the collation center? That is where the problem lies. That is where the problem lies. You don't want to accept all of those units, all those stages of where the results came from the beginning, and you want to accept the final one. So how did you arrive at the final one? You can't say you got the answer. How did you solve the answer to that final stage? That is where we have a lot of contradictions. Okay, it's fake news. Of course, it's fake news now. But if it says the court rejected Obi's document, or the document that Obi presented, yes, it will be fine. Of course, it's always like that. Meanwhile, if that happened, the obedience or the articulated will say, oh, it is not true. Oh, the so-called judges are biased. So if it's anything, it's something that really favors the other party, the APC supporters too, they will do the same. All of them know within themselves that there's a lot of things did not add up, but they will just tell you, even if a lot of things did not add up, don't you know that there's no election that is perfect in this whole world? That is their consolation. Or if they just want to do grad, they say, and so what? But don't worry, he has been sworn in, there's nothing anybody can do about it. It has never happened that a sitting president will be sacked. So that is what they know, that a lot of things are not happening. They are not even adding up. But they will tell you that what audacity, what impetus, eh? That Peter Obi that came third, will be challenging the results. Even if he came the last or fourth, you will say this result is not my result. I just have to know how you come about giving me this result. We have seen a lot of students who have really challenged, called for their script to be remarked. That no, they know what they wrote. So how can you say because somebody, they just say you came last in the class and you know what you wrote, you say okay because they say so? No, you just have to prove it beyond reasonable doubt. I think that is what the other opposition parties or the aggrieved parties, that is exactly what they are doing in court. They were asked to go to court. Do you expect them to go to court and be fighting them? I don't know why you APC supporters are always agitated. Let your lawyers present any documents or any evidence they bring to court. Just know that you should have something that you will use in countering it if you are sure of yourself. Well, something is wrong somewhere. What is wrong somewhere? Now, wow, for these obedient people fabricating non-existent right up all the time. They quoted those who were there. They quoted the APC members, the lawyers, and what have you, and you are still saying it is fake news. Evidence show that Peter Obi won is found in the article's title, but nothing okay to justify that. Even an AI, artificial intelligence, knew that Obi won. Medicine after death. Child, I will never regard Nigeria as a good nation. They are accepting nearly all proofs Obi's presenting as exhibits, even in the face of objection raised by APC defendants. Does that not tell you that Tinubu presidency is temporal? That's a good question. How do you read documents that were blood? You are not seeing the court, yet you are running your mouth. You are asking questions. Yes, if they cannot read the ones that are in the listing, but they have other copies, the certified true copies. Do you know the worst part of it is that even the copies that Inec themselves gave to the so-called Labour Party, they are still saying that the court should not accept it. Now you give them more, you say that they should not accept it. What does that say? Can you just imagine? People should allow the tribunal to decide the way to go. You can imagine, this is the, we are, people are still getting the information one after the other. For the fact that they said they were not even going to project, or they are not going to televise the court proceeding, but all the things being done there are being heard every second or immediately after it happens in the tribunal or the court, as you may want to put it. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take. Thank you.